Hey guys, what is up? Zero here, and welcome back to Doki Doki Within. So, in the last episode, we confessed to Monika on the roof. And yeah, I think. Yeah, sure, like, what else really happened? Oh yeah, it was a very weird confession, I think, in all honesty. I don't know. Yeah, I already explained my problems with the confession last time. So yeah, we had a confession, and I think we confessed to Monika, and I think, yeah, that was kind of it, right? We are now together, as far as I'm aware. And, yeah. I don't think anything else really happened. Oh yeah, the festival happened. That was terrible. I think that was also what happened. And now we are... This is a new day? Okay, no, we were going back to the club room after we confessed. Okay. No rooftop showdown? GG, next mod. You're right, Cam. They didn't fight on the rooftop. Bad mod. So yeah, let us proceed, shall we? The walk back towards the club room carries a loving silence. Luckily for us, we didn't bump into many students during our walk. The ones we did walk past, though, didn't seem to notice us, being more focused on the school's festivities. Before I reach the clubroom door, Monika lets go of my hand and glances through the door's glass pane. How's everyone in there?
Sayori's pacing around the room, Yuri's reading, and Natsuki's asleep? Well, that's what it looks like, anyway.
She's starting to seem like her usual self again. After all the tears, it's a welcome return. You want to head in?
After you, Zero.
And then open the door and let us in. Monika's earlier observation has proven to be correct. Judging by the lack of decorations, it seems they've been quite busy. That definitely goes some ways to explain Natsuki's little snooze. As soon as the door closes, Sayori looks in mine and Monika's direction and walks over.
Zero? Monika?
There's a noticeable concern in Sayori's voice. We weren't gone too long, were we?
You two were gone for like 20 minutes. What happened?
Guess that answers my question. I go to answer, but Monika beats me to it.
I got overwhelmed and stormed off. When Zero found me, I was crying.
Monika then looks over at me, smiling sincerely.
We talked it over, and I guess I took it too personally.
It's nothing, really. The audio's too low? I got you. Is that better? Oh wait, hold up. I know how to fix it. Is that better? There we go. That looks better, at least on my thing. You just need someone to talk to, and I'm just glad I could be there for you. I totally contained the smile on my face. Could you guys keep it down? Natsuki yawns from her desk. Monika goes over to her, presumably to wake her up. Noticing mine and Monika's return, Yuri comes up to Sayori and I.
You were gone for a while. A part of me even considered you'd both ditched us and gone home.
Where would that idea have even come from? With a look on Sayori's face, it seems as if the same thought might have crossed her mind too. No, Yuri. I found her on the roof, and I just felt it right to comfort her, I suppose. I need to keep my promise to Monika. Sayori gives me an earnest smile. Yuri does the same, but looks to the side as she does so.
My, that sounds awfully romantic.
If only she knew. It's romantic to help a friend? I went to the roof and helped my friend because they were crying. Oh, that's so romantic. I wish somebody assured me while I cried. I don't know how romantic that is. Well, that's just being a friend. All I can do is nervously laugh off that comment as I scratch the back of my neck. If things had played out a bit differently, maybe Monika would have wanted to tell the rest of the club straight away. Maybe not. What do I know? As you said, the club's had enough surprises for one day. I'll talk to her about it later. Natsuki and Monika eventually rejoin us. Natsuki herself looks like she needs an energy drink just to fully wake her up.
Now, I know the festival wasn't what we were hoping for, but I think I've come up with something that'll make it up to you all.
The other girls look at Monika with expectant eyes.
I know this nice little place in town. You know where I'm on about.
Monika looks towards Sayori and Natsuki. The spark in their eyes let both her and I know that they remember the cafe. Ah, yes, the cafe where they interrupted our fucking... or they interrupted. Yes, I remember the cafe. Who could remember the Who could forget the cafe? Yuri looks a little lost, though.
Trust me, Yuri. You're gonna love it. I'm sure I will, Natsuki. With that said, just wait outside the school gates for me. I'll be right with you. Just gotta lock up first.
The girls then go their separate ways to collect their stuff. Seizing the moment, I quickly go over to Monika. Hey.
Hey.
We both keep our voices low and not get anyone's attention. You sure about going to the cafe?
Of course. Like, I think we all deserve to relax after today.
I get that. Don't worry. If you get it, then why did you ask? That doesn't make sense. You smile in silence for a minute or two.
When we get more time alone again, I promise I'll make it up to you.
Make it up to him for what? Going to the cafe? Wait, what? I'm so confused. For what? Did I miss something? Maybe I missed an episode. Did I record? Did someone else record for me? Oh, okay. I guess for helping her out? Going to the cafe is an offense, Zero, of course. How could I forget?
You really gave me a reason to smile today, Zero.
This is something I'm gonna have to get used to, isn't it? I gently give her hand a slight squeeze. I'll see you outside.
In a bit.
I quickly collect my bag and follow Sayori out the door. She does give me a slight look as if she knows something's going on between Monika and I. I really wish I could tell Sayori, but until Monika's ready to go in public, these lips will remain sealed. Again, I don't understand this whole, like, concealed relationship thing when, like, when the whole point of this whole quote-unquote thing with them was that Sayori and Natsuki kept talking about how obvious it was that they liked each other. So why is their relationship a secret? Like, the whole secret relationship thing doesn't really work when everyone's like, it's obvious you two like each other. And you keep saying it. Like, it feels like there's no point to it.
Ew, it's this awful song again.
Also, I thought, like, when she said, like, I'll promise I'll make it up to you, really gave me a reason to smile. I thought that was serving it up for the MC to be like, it's nothing, you know? Like, because obviously it is nothing. He was just being a friend at that point, honestly. But no, he's just like, I'll see you outside. Yeah, you owe me! Like, that's what I was like, so it just serves to make that line even weirder. Like, it's just like, I don't know. That line is just a little odd to me, especially considering, like, it could have easily been saved by him just being like, you don't have to. But, like, no, it's just like, it feels odd. It's just an odd thing to say, honestly. Thank you for the 100 bits, Rage Bob. The song is painful. Yeah, this song definitely needs a fix. I don't really like this song. Hi, how are you today? I'm fine. How are you, Monika?
I'm okay. I had pizza. I'm good. I'm happy, actually.
I haven't eaten yet, as usual.
Oh. Now I'm not happy anymore. I'm mad.
The walk to the cafe was a long and relatively quiet one. Monika and I mostly trailed behind the others, occasionally getting a hold on each other's hands. You know, say that, Sayori. What does that
Why
mean?
did they say it like that?
Why did they word it like that?
Getting a hold of each other's hands makes it sound really weird.
You could have just said occasionally holding hands. You didn't have to say
Yeah.
occasionally get. That just sounds weird.
No one says it like that.
See, the joke is that everyone but Yuri knows how obvious it is because Yuri likes social awareness, right? Right? Yeah, it was like, is that what it is? Like, I hope that's not what it is. Like, Yuri's not that socially unaware. Like, come on now. I cannot say that if Sayori, Natsuki, and Yuri weren't with us, I'd been a bit more confident in showing our affection. And that's something that can always happen another day, right? As soon as we got in the cafe, Monika excused herself from the rest of the group as she needed to use the bathroom. As the rest of us sit down and get comfy, I find myself stuck in a daydream. I don't think this day could get crazier than the event, but thankfully, I was wrong. It's probably going to take some time for it to actually cement itself in my head that Monika is my girlfriend. Also, you need to turn up your fucking sensitivity because I can hear you typing over there.
That's what I think of that. I'll fix that, don't worry.
You're like, see?
Yeah, that's okay now.
I still heard it. What?
Can you hear it?
No.
Okay.
Okay. So, about you and Monika, Zero. Natsuki stammers, knocking me out of dreamland. Huh? When's the wedding? She asked it with a mix of snark and sass that only Natsuki can pull off. My eyes widen. Can we not use lingo like this? This isn't how people don't say this. And I don't just, you're just talking to your friends, bro. I ship it. Yeah, oh. The only people who say that are people who watch anime, like, too much. And even then, Sayori is not one of those people. Like, you could probably get away if Natsuki says it. And even then, I'd probably still be like, eh. But even then, it's like, you could probably get away with that. Yeah, Sayori is not one of those people. It's like, Sayori's not one of those things. Also, bold move for Natsuki to go back to instantly fucking, like, making fun of them being together after the last time they're at this cafe. They literally ruined Monika's confession. And they knew that they did. So it's a little bold that Natsuki's just immediately going back to fucking just acting like it's fine.
I ship it.
Sayori nods in agreement. I'm at a loss for words. Natsuki and Sayori were already aware of mine and Monika's feelings for each other, but even Yuri seemed to notice now. Yeah, see, that's the problem. We're gonna keep it a secret, but even the MC knows that Natsuki and Sayori are aware they both have feelings for each other. So who are you keeping it a secret from? Yuri? like, what the fuck? Like, who are we keeping this a secret from? Also, but even Yuri seemed to notice now. So if Yuri seemed to notice, who are we keeping it a secret from? There's literally no from God. He must not know. Was it that obvious? That's the only response I can give. Natsuki chuckles. I feel like we've already had this conversation before. I feel like we've already had this situation of them being like, damn, was it that obvious that I liked her? And then them being like, it's obvious you like her. It's like, I feel like we're doing like the exact same. We're just going in circles. Also, there goes unnecessary swearing again from Natsuki. Thank you, Natsuki. I appreciate it. You're practically drooling over her during club. Surely it's not as bad as Natsuki's making it out to be. I don't even have time to respond as Yuri starts talking.
To be honest, I've been noticing how close you two get most meetings. In English class as well, Monika and I tend to talk. Mostly about classwork and club, but she does talk about you a fair bit as well. Personally speaking, I get the impression that she truly cares about you.
Yuri smiles gently.
Just my feeling about that, though. I do think she'd be very lucky if someone, like you, were to feel that way about her.
Kind of a blush as my head falls against the table. I'll check the first time she said that. Yuri's phrasing makes me think she's trying to hint towards something else. So we're just gonna allow you. So Yuri knows that we're with each other. So we're just gonna let Yuri just be an asshole. Yuri's just totally okay with just. We're just gonna let Yuri be mean. Okay. So is this subplot still existing, or like, I don't know. I'm confused too. The curious looks on Sayori and Natsuki's faces tell me that they have the same suspicions. That is not how you spell suspicions. Seriously, you two need to get together already. Suspense is killing me. Look, Nat, I think after today, Monika doesn't need the extra stress. None of us do. Why is it so hard to hold in the truth? The look in her eyes telling me that she doesn't like being called Nat. If we were still in school, that would have been one swift jab in the gut for me. Thankfully for me, seems out of the club, she'd rather avoid that scenario. Seems like the opposite. Wouldn't it be like you'd rather not punch somebody in public to cause drama than to just punch them in the satisfying place of the club where nobody else is there? No wait, I'm confused. What? This mod's breaking me. This mod, because I was like, I just agreed with the mod. I'm confused. Where was I going with that? The mod's breaking me. I think technically I agree with the mod, I guess. So. Huh? Wait. Yeah, wait. No, yeah, wait. Yeah, okay, the club one makes sense. I'm broken. I'm just gonna continue. This line makes sense. Fuck it. Thankfully, me seems out of the club. Yeah. Not to mention, I'm not particularly in the mood to get smacked in the face right now. Oh my fucking god, dude. Why is Natsuki's character in this, like, a dude bro character? That's not who Natsuki is. Like, she kind of is, but this is, like, a dude bro. Like, they introduced this, like, Ryuji guy, like, very early on in the mod, and then we haven't heard from him since. This is the stuff he should probably be saying, not Natsuki. Like, it just doesn't really fit Natsuki. Like, saying stuff like chicken shit, like, that's something you should have had, like, the Ryuji dude say, not Natsuki. Right, okay, so first Yuri was in love with him without completely knowing if him and Monika were a thing. Then she's like, oh, you and Monika are cute together. Then she's like, oh, but you'd probably be cuter with me in the same monologue. Yuri doesn't know what she wants. Think about it. Have you seen Ryuji and Natsuki in the same room together? Oh my god. You can ask her out or not. I smirk. I prefer just keeping you in suspense. It's my turn to be a smartass. Damn you! The little exchange seems to liven Sayori and Yuri's spirits a little. Why is Natsuki so invested in our love life? Out of the corner of my eye, I see Monika making her longer than expected return to the group. There you are. I smile at her, and she smiles back as she takes her seat next to me.
Sorry I took so long. I just needed a moment to myself.
As Monika sits down next to me, I notice some slight wet patches under her eyes. She's crying again! My god, dude, how many times is Monika gonna cry in this mod? Jeez, man. I feel like they should have just made a Sayori mod at this point. Like, if you wanted your fucking, like, if you wanted the focus to cry, like, multiple times, you should have just made it, like, a Sayori focus mod. I think this is, like, the 4th time she's cried so far in this mod. Like, I think, if I'm counting correctly, I haven't been keeping count, but I think it's, like, around the 4th or 5th. It's clear she'd been crying again. I can't imagine today's been easy, especially with everything that's gone on. Judging by looks on the faces of the other girls, they've noticed it as well, though they don't say anything. Okay, they keep saying with everything that's gone on, the only thing that happened today was the festival. I don't, did anything else happen? Am I, like, misremembering? Because, like, they keep saying, like, yeah, with everything that happened. Let's, like, alright, you had a shitty festival, but that was it. Like, Monika already cried about that. Like, she's crying again about that? Like, that's what I was like, it was only, like, there's just a shitty festival, and that was it. Like, you already got one cry out of it. Like, jeez. Gemma looks on the faces of the other girls. They've noticed it as well, though they don't say anything. Either for Monika's sake, or just to not make the situation uncomfortable, I'm still unsure. The whole time at the cafe seems to, as Monika had hoped, help everyone to relax a bit. However, when the other 3 were distracted, Monika would entwine her fingers in mine and give me a small, but still very loving smile. I remember her saying that I'd given her a reason to smile today. Well, let's just say that feeling is very much mutual. And just like, you know, before, instead of getting any nice, you know, character-rich moments of seeing them interact in the cafe, nope, we just get our plot-important moment, and then we skip over anything else that happened in the cafe. Okay. Eventually, we left the cafe. Natsuki and Yuri went their separate ways, and I ended up walking home with Sayori and Monika. We soon find ourselves outside Sayori's house.
I guess I'll see you 2 tomorrow.
See ya, Sayo.
Have a good evening.
Sayori makes it towards her house. Okay, I thought it said Sayori makes. I thought they called Sayori an it. I misread that. I was like, whoa, that's mean. Okay, Sayori makes it towards her house and heads inside. Leaving Monika and I all alone as we make a short trip to mine. I misread that. Monika grips my hands with the same loving firmness as earlier and looks deep into my eyes.
Thanks for today. It's still surreal to me that we're a couple now. I just hope it'll be worth the wait. Just hope I'll be worth the wait.
She chuckles nervously. I move my hands from hers and wrap my arms around her waist, pulling her closer. You're already more worth than I thought I deserved, Monika. Words help that gorgeous smile of hers return. She also wraps her arms around my waist. We remain lost in each other's eyes for a while until she speaks up again.
I want to try and see how the rest of the week goes for us. Maybe on Friday we could possibly go public?
In that case, do you want to eat lunch on the roof tomorrow? Monika giggles softly and her eyes move to the side. Her eyes meet mine again just as quickly.
I'd love that. The more time I get to spend with you, the better, Zero.
And then pull each other into the tight embrace. To a tight embrace. The tight embrace.
Your hugs are so warm.
Feels as if I've heard this before. So are yours. We remain like this for a few minutes. I know you'll probably get tired of me saying this, but I love you.
Don't be silly, Zero. I love you too.
We soon release each other.
I'll text you when I get home.
Get home safely.
I will.
Monika starts walking home, and I let myself inside. Thank you for the 100 bits, Rage Bob. You want a triple from Tim's? I'm starting to fall asleep, bro. I'll take a donut, bro. It's a Daft Punk remix again? Okay, see, I was just about to say, so, like I said before, I can't judge the mod for the music being, like, unfitting if it's Daft Punk, because I don't have that much experience with Daft Punk, so I can't really say much. But for people who do, I'm sorry for you. Because you probably hate these scenes a lot. You probably hate these scenes a lot because you probably can't take it seriously when you hear, like, a Daft Punk song playing in the background. I don't know. I guess in my opinion, they probably shouldn't make remixes of, like, of songs that are, like, you know, that noticeable, because then people might be like, what the fuck? But again, I don't know. I mean, I have no familiarity with Daft Punk, so it doesn't really affect me personally. Wait, so they're fine with going public soon? What stopped them before? I don't know. I think Monika said she didn't feel like going with stress. They kept saying, like, it was going to be stressful if they went public, but I don't know what the stress would be. Like, it's weird. I don't know what the stress of them going public would be. If they just said to the girls, yep, we're dating, they're just going to be like, oh, we're so happy, and that's it. Like, what's the stress there? There is no stress. Like, I don't understand how that would be stressful. Also, yes, the side stories did happen. They mentioned that the side stories happened because they mentioned one of the events of the side stories. I don't remember. They mentioned Monika sleeping. They said, like, Sayori came in and Monika was asleep, which is something that happens in the side stories. So they are using side story canon in this. And I think there was another one, too, that they used, and I can't remember fully. But I could have sworn there was something else as well. But I could be wrong. But I do remember that one specifically. Other students are, I see, the publicity from other students in the school probably. But that's the thing. I can understand that. But, like, why not tell the girls, though? Like, cause yeah, I understand that. That makes sense. If she said that she didn't want to, like, tell people in public, that would be fine. You know, sure, yeah. Other students can definitely be assholes. But, like, does she think the other girls are gonna be, like, assholes? That's what I'm saying. So you can tell them. Like, that's the part I don't really understand. Upon shutting the door, I collapse on the couch with a stupid grin on my face. Never in a million years did I ever expect to be with Monika. I guess I kind of counted on her being a friend, but you can never truly tell what people feel inside. I learned that myself a long time ago. My phone then vibrates, and I quickly fetch it out of my pocket. Text from Mom? I quickly swipe my screen to read it. Just a text saying that she should be back a bit earlier tonight. I think to myself, I know Monika said she wanted to wait for a bit before being more public, but I should be alright to tell my mom, right? I decided to call her. Oh, I have to now be a mom? Okay.
Oh, hey, Zero.
Hiya, just got your text.
How'd the festival go?
The question I was kind of dreading. That dread would be greater if Monika hadn't been there to brighten my day. I sighed lightly. Well, it didn't go exactly as planned, but at least something got me smiling.
Oh?
Her inquisitive yet gentle tones make me feel a little more at ease with it telling her. Why the hell does my head hurt? Ow! I'm under attack by a weird headache. Ow. I'm drinking some water. That was weird. Maybe the mom is I'm being attacked. Within's trying to kill me. Well, I got a girlfriend.
Aw, congrats. What's her name?
Monika. She's the president of the literature club I told you about.
I'm proud of you. I really am.
Thanks. I can't stop smiling. I'll tell you more when you get back.
No worries. See you tonight.
See ya. I put the phone down. It's gonna be one interesting talk tonight. This mod is breaking you multiple times. I don't know if maybe. Monika's bedroom later that night.
With one final text, both Zero and I wish each other goodnight. I collapse on my bed, holding my phone against my chest. I haven't been this happy in so long. Much like yesterday, Mom noticed my cheer. Of course, I told her about Zero. I didn't tell her about the festival till Dad came back and asked about it.
Okay, so her dad does still live with them. Okay.
I did tell him about Zero. He didn't seem to react much. I suppose it's better than what he usually says to me. I wish I didn't have to lie to either of them about the festival going well. If Dad wasn't here, I could confide in Mom about it. Maybe one day I will. At least Zero's already made my week better. I can sleep easy knowing that.
Okay, so Monika's dad is an asshole, but Monika's mom understands her. Okay, I understand that. Okay, now I know what's going on to a degree now. Music's hella loud. That's why I didn't turn it up so much, because like people were saying like, oh, you can turn up the music. It's like I didn't do that because this mod's custom music gets really fucking loud. This mod fucking plays its custom music, like, it gets pretty fucking loud. I don't know. I'm still not entirely on board with the whole abusive parents thing with Monika. It's kind of weird. But I mean, it is what it is, I guess. It still feels odd. I still feel like I'm still not on board with the whole Monika suicidal thoughts fucking thing. I'm still not on board with that one. It's finally Friday. Aside from me and Monika getting together, it's been a fairly standard week. In all fairness, the hardest part for either of us was not letting our relationship out during the club. I have a habit of saving all the lovey-dovey stuff for texts, the occasional calls, and the school rooftop. There's been times we've almost kissed, but it hasn't actually happened yet. We're a new couple, so obviously there's gonna be a wait before that happens. We're not characters in some high schooler's rushed fanfiction after all. That is not that is not a line that aged well, huh? that didn't age very well. As for the rest of the club, Suri seems to be keeping her eyes on both of us in a way that makes me think she's planning something. Yuri's as polite and timid as always, still seeming a little more lively whenever her and I have any time alone. Natsuki, however, has doubled down on her teasing. Honestly, there's been times I've been this close to letting her secret slip. I've been able to hold in on this time amazes even me. Yeah, the secret that doesn't matter. I sure do love when a DDLC mal mentions fanfiction. Yeah, when it's like, that didn't age well. Oh, you have the fucking goal, mod! I get in my morning routine not long after waking up. As I wash in the shower, I think back to Monika. I don't think I've smiled this much in a while. If anything, I should probably thank her for that. Eventually, I decide to get out before my skin gets too wrinkled. As I'm waiting for my toast, my phone starts to ring. To my delight, it's Monika. I answer almost immediately. Gotta make sure my toast doesn't burn like yesterday. Morning, love.
Morning to you too. You sleep well?
Honestly, yeah. I've been getting better sleep these past few days.
Same here.
We'll share a bit of laughter as I take a few bites from my breakfast.
Say, I was thinking, if I leave mine now, I should have enough time to get to yours and still get to school on time. Would you want to walk to school together?
I always humored that idea, but I was still a little nervous to actually ask her. Though saying that reminds me. Also, yeah, we did have a time skip. It was kind of apparent, I mean, the only really apparency to it was him saying it's Friday. So, you know, it wasn't like too much of it wasn't too much, but you know, it was kind of there. Like, but yeah, it was, I don't know. They could have made it a little bit more clearer, but saying that reminds me. Oh? What happened to let's keep it between us two, eh? Monika giggles through the phone.
Well, I did some thinking, and maybe I wouldn't mind trying to be more open about it.
Oh my god, even Monika is starting to realize how pointless the fucking is. I find myself smiling even more than I already was. I mean, I was just teasing. But if you really want to, I'm more than happy with that.
Thanks, Zero.
Also, I'd love to walk with you.
I'll be there soon.
In a bit. Love you.
Love you too.
She hangs up. I just had to wait outside for her. Let's keep it between us two. Literally hugged each other closely out in the open after Sayori left. Yeah, they're lucky Sayori didn't turn around. Or else. Just shy of 15 minutes later, from the corner of my eye, I see Monika coming up the street. I smile away. Yeah, wait, if they could put these little dialogue things that show us, like, transitions here, they should have just did one of these for the time skip. I smile and wave at her. She smiles back and quickens her pace.
I told you I'd make it.
She seems a tad out of breath. She didn't run here, did she? Never doubted you on that. Monika steps a bit closer, and we quickly hug each other.
So, you ready to go?
Of course. I just gotta call Sayori first. She's usually out by now. I pull out my phone and dial her. Yeah, Sayori, what's taking you so... Sayori cuts me off, seeming embarrassed. Hang on a minute. What do you mean you can't find your uniform? Monika chuckles. Even for Sayori, this is new. Okay, hope you'll catch up. Okay, why can we not hear Sayori now? What? What is happening? This mod is very weird. It's like goes in weird perspectives. So instead of so now we're in this weird thing where I guess we're now in the point of view of not being able to know what the MC is hearing. Like, it feels very just weird. Like, I don't know, like, you could have just made Sayori cut him off and we hear what she says. Like, it just feels odd to just instantly switch it like this. This is obviously a nitpick and doesn't fully matter. It just is odd to me, you know? Like, this doesn't matter too much. It just is an odd inconsistency, I guess, with, the point of view. Because now it feels like we're from Monika's point of view, but really we're from MC's. Because it's like, well, we can't hear what's on the phone. Like, okay, it's like, that's odd. Okay, hope we'll catch up. See ya, Sayo. Hang up and look back to Monika. Sorry about that.
No, you don't need to apologize. It's just Sayori being Sayori.
Monika then gently grabs a hold of my hand, and once again locking her fingers with mine.
Besides, it does mean a bit more time alone.
This girl really knows how to make me smile. I squeeze her hand gently. Let's go. The pair of us then start the walk to school, hand in hand. Why, we just we're not waiting for Sayori again. I mean, I guess she can't find her uniform. I wouldn't fucking wait for Sayori either. Actually, oh wait, we know about her depression. Wait a minute. Oh no!
What's going on?
Yeah, wait a minute. This line doesn't. This is. Oh no.
Uh-oh.
A horny MC strikes again. Horny MC ditching his friends strikes again.
Wow. Okay, bitch.
Because Sayori called and said she couldn't find her uniform, and then like we were just like, all right, hope you'll catch up. And I'm like,
What?
This could work. No, now see, this works if he didn't know about her depression, because then he's just like, all right, Sayori, I'm not waiting for you if you can't find your uniform. But as the mod stated in the beginning, he knows she has depression, so just gonna leave your depressed friend? All right, well, see ya, Sayori.
Bye, Sayori.
God damn, dude. Like, so far, this MC is kind of just thinking with his dick.
Yeah.
Like, first, there's the fucking just choosing to help Monika, even though Monika even stresses how the other girls are gonna need a lot more help than she does. And then forcing Sayori to have to help the rest of the girls. Like, between that, this MC is not that good of a person. Her depression is not a factor in this time, though, is there? It's always a factor! It's not like it just goes away! So I was like, the mod already confirmed in the beginning that Sayori does indeed have depression, because MC points out that he was told about this. So
that's like one of the first things he says in the entire mod.
Yeah, so her depression is a thing. Now, maybe if he decided to leave her and say something along the lines of, she might be okay, right? Like, maybe if they make him think about it a little bit more, then sure, it could work. My point is, there's not even a thought. Like, he doesn't even think about it. He just does it.
It's like he doesn't even know the girl.
Yeah, so he just leaves her. He doesn't even have like a second, maybe we shouldn't. In this scene, what does Sayori's depression turn on and off? She turns it on and off, but sometimes the switch gets stuck. Oh no! Ah!
Oh no!
She keeps clicking the light, but it won't work. God damn. Also, I'm getting tired of this fucking loving silence between him and Monika. They really need to show more chemistry with these people, man. They need to, actually, have communication. Anytime they do, they say it just happens. They're like, we talked about this. And I'm like, do it! Let me see!
Let me see, for the love of God.
As somebody who loves the cute moments between Monika and MC, I want to see them.
Imagine making an MC Monika dating mod, and most of it
and you're just
is
skipping
me
all of
showing
it.
Yeah, like, you cannot sell your mod as
I
this,
want to
because
see
that's
it.
being skipped.
Like, fucking, even exit music at least had cute scenes between you and Natsuki. I mean, now Redux, even Redux had them. Now, yeah, there was arguments and shit, but even that, as I'm saying, it's like, they still had, cute moments with them. This is, constantly skipping them, and we only get, plot moments with them, and it's or they're just, awkward silence, and I'm like, it's really hard being invested in this relationship when I never see anything, but they don't do anything cute together. They just have loving silences. What the fuck is that?
What is a loving silence? I really want to know. As a person who's been in a relationship for 4 years, I really want to know what a loving silence is.
The loving silence is something that really only happens every so often. And even then, it's usually you'll probably have some sort of conversation.
Yeah.
I just want them to talk, man. Give me slice of life.
No, Zero. Slice of life is boring, and it doesn't add to the story.
I want to see it. Like many times before, there's a loving silence between Monika and I. Like many times before. There wasn't many students during the walk-up that noticed us together. Few that did either seemed to have one of two reactions. Either an attitude of, okay, or a seeming shock, more than likely because Monika's with someone like me. We eventually come up by a small convenience store. Also, can you remove Mr. Fan a little bit?
What?
He's blowing into the mic.
But, Mr. Fan.
No, oh my god, I hate you.
I'm just gonna get some coffee. You want anything?
I'll have some coffee too.
I'll be right back.
Idly wait outside as Monika goes to get our drinks. I'm sorry I said that very robotically. I'll have some coffee too.
It doesn't matter. It's okay, Zero.
Idly wait outside. No, it's not. Idly wait outside as Monika goes to get our drinks. After a few minutes, I start to hear a familiar voice calling out to me, accompanied by the quickly approaching sounds of footsteps. Meaning that could only be...
Oh wow, she didn't die?
Sorry, it takes a couple more minutes to catch her breath.
I guess there's a reason I didn't make the cut for the track team.
Mm-hmm. I chuckle, mostly to myself.
Hey!
You said it, not me. Before Sayori can say anything, Monika comes out of the store, coffee cups in each hand.
Hey, love. Sorry it took so long. I bumped into Kaho and... Sayori?
Monika knew that Sayori was gonna try and catch up with us, but I doubt she knew she'd be this quick. Sayori's cheeks go a slight tinge of red as she smiles to the side.
I knew it!
Hearing those words, both Monika and I go silent as we get closer to each other. I guess we were gonna have to tell her at some point. It's not even been a week, but yeah.
Remember when Zero went to check on me? Well, he kinda let it slip that he loved me. And since I was gonna tell him on Sunday...
He kind of, what's so funny?
The way she's describing this is really funny.
He just let it slip, whoopsie daisy.
I decided it was the right time to say it.
Monika squeezes my hand as she smiles at Sayori. Sayori smiles back at us.
That explains why you took so long on Monday. That's really sweet.
Why is she crying? Sayori's starting to tear up. Why?
Because she wanted to be with you, Zero.
Why? Huh? What is happening? Come here, Sayori. I pull Sayori into a quick hug. Admittedly, I want to cry as well. Why? Huh?
Why?
What is happening?
Dun, 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 dun.
What are you singing?
This song that's playing, because I don't think it's very fitting right now.
Moments like this between Sarah and I were always sweet to me, where you both cried and hugged. What is going on?
What's going on? What's happening? Did we skip something on accident?
Anyway, we should probably head off now.
Off we go.
Okay. I then finished the rest of the walk with my best friend and my beautiful girlfriend. All right. The fuck was that?
Let's forget that ever happened.
What the
deal?
What? Okay, whatever. She looks like she just saw a dead body. $5 that the others just in the bush with binoculars. Okay, to be fair, slice of life when done wrong can easily take a turn from interesting to boring. Yeah, but in a mod where the whole point is supposed to be like, you know, them obviously like wanting to get together, it's like, I expect slice of life. Like, so it's like, I kind of expect there to be some slice of life, considering you're trying to focus on the whole point, the whole plot and point of this mod is their relationship. So that's already a slice of life plot, you know? That's what I was like, just give me something with them. And that's what I was like, they just skip all of that. It's hard for me to get invested in their relationship when you don't show them do anything. I wasn't saying for this, I was just saying in general. Here, there are no slices. Oh, yeah, that's what I was saying. I was like, yeah, in other stuff, yeah, sure, whatever. But here, I'm like, yeah, like, I'm not seeing anything to make me, like, care about their relationship. Like, there needs to be something. Like, anything. Like, everything in this mod is just plot stuff. That is the only thing we see, is that if it's an important scene, then we see it. We don't get any breaks. We don't get anything to see them, like, actually, you know, do character stuff. It's always, like, it's like, we'll get a little bit of character-rich stuff, and then it will instantly turn into something else. And it's like, okay, never mind. We can't be happy anymore.
No more.
You're not allowed to be happy. The bell for lunch break rings out, and I'm the first to rush out of class. Like I've done for the rest of this week, I instinctively start heading towards the roof. In a sense, that's become mine and Monika's personal space away from the crowds within the school. First, I start making my way up to the stairs, though, a familiar voice calls my name. A lot of familiar voices.
Yeah, a lot of them.
Oh, it's Ryuji. He goes to our school? I actually didn't know that if he did or not. I actually totally forgot about this character because he only showed up in like the first day. I think.
I didn't even know there was a character named Ryuji.
Yeah, he like called us once, and then that was all we heard of him. Hey, Zero! Stop momentarily. I turn around. Is he gonna be like Chad MC? I'm taking bets. I bet he's Chad MC. Ah, I knew it! I knew it! I knew it. I knew it was gonna be Chad MC. Who the fuck, Kaho? Who is this? Of course! I know these characters! Why did we just... Yes!
Yes.
As expected, there stands Ryuji, this time accompanied by Kaho. In all honesty, this is my first time meeting Kaho in person. of course, Ryuji showed me pictures of them together, and I'm certain I may have seen her around the school. Okay, so this is his girlfriend. Okay, so even RMC doesn't really know her too much. Okay. For that, I only knew her because of the student council, where Monika had met her, given they're both part of it. This is just okay.
So you're the Zero that Monika was telling me about.
Wait, I thought Monika was keeping our relationship a secret. Why was she telling people about us? What?
What's going on? This writer's forgetting things that he's written.
Wait, why? What? She's into it? Well, I thought she was keeping it a secret. What? I was gonna say, well, maybe she was. I was about to say maybe she's just talking about MC, I guess. And I was like, no, never mind. Apparently, no, she was just straight up saying that she's into us. I thought the relationship was a secret. How? So she told Kaho, but not the club?
What?
Like what? Like, what is happening?
How many days are left in this
This
mod,
is the
Zero?
second to last day.
Oh my god.
I guess I can kind of see why she's into you.
I have to remember Ryuji
What
saying,
a weird thing to say to someone you just met.
I roughly remember Ryuji saying that Kaho has a habit of being flirty, even unintentionally. There you go. At least the mod pointed it out. Anyways, how's things been with you so far? Honestly, they've been pretty great so far.
That would explain why Monika's been a lot more upbeat this week. Not to say she's not usually like that. I just meant that she's been happier than I've seen her before. It's actually kind of adorable.
She's not the only one that's noticed that. I've just been treating her like I always have is all. I'm trying and failing to hide a smile and blush. Well, whenever you did it, I'm proud of you, kid. Also, I'm not really sure of this. So, like, the mod is really putting a weird hammer on the fact of being like, without MC, Monika's been not happy. And I'm like, it's really weird. Like, I don't know, because it's like, wasn't the whole point of Monika's that she puts on a mask? Like, if she's going around looking sad to everybody, isn't that kind of, well,
that's out of character.
Not Monika?
Yeah.
Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know. It doesn't really make sense. Again, this seems like something that would make more sense for a character like Sayori. This doesn't really seem like it makes sense for a character like Monika. Because that sounds like if Monika was going around being noticeably sad, that kind of goes against her whole being able to put on a mask and be happy type thing. Zero, what do you mean? Monika's the depressed one. Sayori, who? That's what it feels like. Like I said, a lot of the time in this mod, I'm feeling like Monika is just like Sayori, and Sayori's Monika. Like Sayori, like being like, say, there's been times where I feel like Sayori's been like the responsible one, way more than Monika's shown to be responsible, and it feels really weird. It feels like this mod should have just been about Sayori. Well, oh yeah, I already said that. I'm hardly a kid, but I'm a week older than you. Yuji gives off a nervous chuckle, while Kaho seemingly tries to repress going into hysterics. I get the idea that they usually have moments like this between them. Maybe I should expect Monika to be a bit more like this as well.
Anyway, we should probably let you go now. Won't want to keep Monika waiting too long now, would we?
I nod and smile back at Kaho. Well, it's been nice actually meeting you in person, Kaho. And I'll see you in about... I quickly check the time on my phone. Still got some time before lunch ends. In about 20 minutes, Ryuji. See you then, man. A pair of them head off to whatever they're doing, wherever they're going, as I start to head up to the roof. The brief time we had. See what? Why? Why did we? Why would we skip that? Why? I was like, all right, now we get to talk to Monika on the roof. Never mind. Okay, we're just gonna skip it. Sure. Who needs it? You know, I don't care. I don't want it. Who cares? I don't want to talk to Monika on the roof. I don't care.
I don't want to talk to the main girl who we're focused on this mod.
You know, why talk to Monika when I can talk to Kaho? Well, you know, like, who cares? You know, why does it even matter? I don't know why should I care? You know, I don't want to talk to Monika on the roof or anything. I don't want to have like maybe a cute lunch scene of actually seeing them, you know, be together and see why Monika's so happy. You know, why should I care? I don't care.
I don't care. Why would I care?
For the brief time we had together, the talk between Monika and I was quite loaded. By the sounds of it, some of the students that had seen us that morning were either on the student council or in Monika's PE class. According to her, it never felt like interrogation. She was just getting kind of exhausted answering everyone's questions. Sure, I was asked by a couple of other students, but I can't help but feel a little bad for Monika. There's not much longer to go until I see her again. As for now, I'm just sitting through the remainder of English class. This year, it's definitely felt like I've been able to focus on this class a lot more than I've usually done. Maybe that's due to Miss Asakawa being the best teacher I've actually had for this subject. And at the moment, we're studying an old European play called The Mask. As has been the case since the start of this term, there was a group reading session. It was usually the same 5 or 6 students reading out to the rest of the class. One student seems to outshine the rest, though. I don't know who this is. This female student.
If I were to be reborn, even if it defied the will of God himself, I would want to be with you.
After she finishes, Asakawa gives her a short round of applause. Fantastic work as always, Sadako. Now, Sadako's able to read out loud with as much confidence as she does is amazing to me. Who are these people? She doesn't really speak that much during class. She kind of reminds me of Yuri in that sense. Bell then rings out, bringing the school week to an end for a good chunk of students. For me, though, it means 2 things. Time for the literature club and more time with Monika. So the slice of life stuff that I get is fucking random girl reading a poem, but I don't get Monika, lunch on the scene, and
You're stupid.
wrong one, but it works.
You're stupid.
That was the wrong one, but it worked. Why would realistically my best character Ryuji's right there? I don't know who I'd be calling stupid though, so that one didn't really work. So Toad screaming worked better.
How do you not memorize what the fuck the things are?
I read it real quickly. Like the text is very small on my fucking street. I probably put little pictures for them. Probably like a Toad picture. There's only a short walk to the club room. And of course, I'm greeted by...
Hey, Zero.
Hey, Moni. They quickly embrace each other, smiling warmly.
I'm still not used to you calling me Moni.
Well, something that happened during one of our calls, and it's stuck ever since. It's adorable how flustered she gets when I say it. Well, it's cute, just like you.
Oh, stop.
A little moment is cut short by the sound of the clubroom door bashing against the wall. So, what's I've heard about you two dating? Natsuki's demanding tone is enough to keep us both quiet. At first, I thought it was just people spreading shit. But then Sayori told me. And Sayori doesn't lie, you know. I mean, we were gonna tell Natsuki and Yuri when they both got here. Ah, fuck it. I go to turn to Monika, but she's gone to inspect the door for any possible damage. Note to self, don't underestimate Natsuki's strength. So, yeah. Monika and I are a couple. I can never smile towards Natsuki. Yeah, wait a minute. She just says Sayori doesn't lie. Doesn't Sayori literally lie in the base game? She literally lies in the base game to get MC to buy food for her.
I'm gonna cry.
Sayori does lie. Yeah, the chat was like, Sayori does lie, though. She does, in fact, lie. You could probably say something like Yuri never lies or something, and that probably could have worked, because as far as we know, Yuri's never actually lied. But it's like saying Sayori doesn't lie, so that's not even true. Sayori does, in fact, lie. There's evidence. Sayori's the biggest liar out of them all. I mean, to be fair, Natsuki might be a little bit more than that. Might be a little bit more.
Yeah.
I think Natsuki might be a little bit more of a liar than Sayori is, but yeah, Sayori's definitely probably close. Hell, if anything, you actually know you could argue Sayori's the biggest liar because every time she says I'm fine, she's not fine.
Yeah?
Granted, that's just a girl thing. They all say that.
Fuck you. It's not.
Yes, it is.
No, it isn't.
The I'm fine, but means I'm not actually fine.
You fucking bitch.
Yeah, it's, I'm fine.
It does
and then a few
not.
minutes later, it didn't mean that.
It does not.
Preach it, Zero.
Gonna murder. You're not gonna see this man ever again.
Slap him, Monica. No!
Oh my god!
Not in front of Wario!
Oh my god!
I make a nervous smile towards Natsuki. How long? Since Monday. Natsuki thinks for a bit.
So when you told me you were gonna ask her out the other day, you were lying?
Well, not exactly.
Friends don't lie, Zero.
Yeah? Well, friends don't punch each other in the gut either. My stomach still kind of hurts because of that. Why is Natsuki such a prideful person when it comes to lies? She lies all the time. This is not the right person to say this. Natsuki is not the right person to be, like, prideful about. No, you can't lie. Friends don't do that. Like, what?
Friends don't do that.
My stomach still kind of hurts because of that. Touche. Typical Natsuki. I guess you have backwards logic, yeah?
Natsuki, you're lucky the door's alright.
Natsuki blushes a bit.
Sorry about that. Please be a little more careful next time, okay?
Natsuki nods.
Although, I need to ask something, Monica.
I want to get the feeling I know what she's gonna ask.
Well, since you're with Zero, just how bad is your taste in men? Natsuki.
Honestly, can't tell who's more embarrassed by that joke, me or Monica. But we'll have some time to figure that out as a voice calls out to Natsuki from the door.
At least Zero is real, Natsuki.
You look to the door, and sure enough, Yuri and Sayori are standing in the doorway. Yuri's got an unusually cheeky smile on her face, and Sayori's trying as hard as she can not to burst into laughter. As she struggles to get any words out. Fucking got her.
Be right back.
With an exaggerated look on her face, Natsuki storms off towards Yuri. Sayori comes to join Monica and I.
There's my favorite happy couple.
She gives us both a hug and a traditional Sayori smile.
So, how have your days been?
Kinda average. Had some people ask for math, but besides that, nothing out of the ordinary.
Let's just say the main focus of today's student council meeting wasn't about the school.
Hopefully next week should be a bit calmer in regards to our relationship. The look in Sayori's eyes makes me think she can already guess just how hectic Monica's day's been.
But it's okay now. I'm here now and we can all relax. That sounds like a nice plan. Like, I know that we haven't really done much club stuff since the festival, but I think having this week to ourselves might have helped everyone cool off.
While Sayori gives the pair of us an earnest smile, Monica forces one. I don't think the mentioning of the festival helped her case either. By the looks of it, Sayori didn't notice Monica's apparent grievances before she started going over to Natsuki.
To be completely honest with the pair of you, I did have my suspicions. I just didn't say anything just in case you weren't. You weren't.
Yuri averts her gaze from us. Yuri, it's okay. Yuri's eyes flicker back to me mine, and I flash her a soft, reassuring smile. Okay, at least it's good the mod isn't trying to make it seem like Yuri had no idea.
Yeah.
Just out of curiosity, though, what made you suspicious? Of course, I already know a good chunk of when she mentioned it at the cafe on Monday, but could there be more to it? She thinks for a second, glancing first at me and then Monica.
Well, I suppose there was the time where Monica ended up dozing off on your shoulder. God, I almost forgot about that.
A familiar crimson veil forms across Monica's face. If I remember right, it was Wednesday when that happened. Ah, yes, something else that we didn't get to see. There's a time skip, so, you know. Much like the week I'd initially joined the club, Monica was tired out by Kurosawa's class, which was entirely understandable. When I go into the club room that day, only Yuri and Monica are in the club. Monica noticed me and beckoned me over to the front desk. One thing led to another, and she eventually passed out on my shoulder. Part of me wanted to wake her up, but I couldn't bring myself to do it. She was too peaceful.
Zero? You okay there?
Shit, was I daydreaming again? Yeah! Sorry, I was just thinking about something. I mean, it's not exactly the truth, but it's not entirely bollocks either. Still wish I saw that scene! Besides the few questions about how things are between Monica and I, then the occasional jab at my expense, courtesy of Natsuki, the club meeting's as normal as ever. It does seem to go rather quickly, though. I swear, Fridays always seem to drag at the start, but then they go by way too quickly. Before the meeting draws to its close, Monica calls out to the group.
Okay, everyone. Could all of you come to the front for a moment?
I'm the first to the front of the club room, with the rest of the club following shortly behind me.
So I'm sure you've noticed we've not really shared poems since Monday. But I've been doing some thinking since then. Would you want to start doing it as a twice a week kind of thing?
There's a moment or two of silence as her question settles in our minds. In all honesty, as much as I enjoyed sharing poems last week, having it as a nightly thing did put a strain on my brain. Maybe it could even improve the overall quality of my work. I'd be up for that. I'm the first to pipe up. It's not too long till the other girls give their answers.
I'm up for it. It would give me a bit more time to better refine my writing. I'm fine with that.
Natsuki's still thinking it over.
Natsuki?
I mean, I was just gonna say Zero's only saying he's up for it because... Okay, then we had two things skipping over. God damn. I'm not even gonna read that, who cares? But that's just because it's out of character anyway. But that's actually a good idea. Natsuki gives us all a wide smile, at the cost of mine and Monika's embarrassment.
Anyway, with that, we can end today's meeting on a good note. I'll see you all next week.
With that, we all go and pack our things. It's not too long until both Natsuki and Yuri make their leave, leaving only Monika, Sayori, and myself. I can tell they're talking about something, but I can't make out what. The pair of them soon approach me.
So, you ever ready to walk home, Zero?
Yeah, just give me a sec. I sling my bag over my shoulder. Look over at Sayori. You coming with, Sayo?
Well, yeah, I'm not gonna stop hanging out with you just because you're with Monika. That'd be dumb. It'd take a lot for Sayori to ditch you, Zero. You know that, right?
Yeah, I know. It was kind of a dumb question to ask anyways. After exchanging some laughter, we all walk off. That was a weird exchange. Walk home is brighter than usual, just saying a lot. Monika and I mostly keep to ourselves, occasionally answering Sayori's questions about our plans for the weekend. Sayori herself seems exceedingly energetic, again, more so than usual. She's mostly complaining about exams, can't exactly blame her though. It's not too long until the subject of how Natsuki took the news. It's only normal would have come up, considering how both Sayori and Yuri only showed up after Natsuki barged in.
She's kinda lucky the door didn't get damaged.
And lucky that the door was unlocked. Poor girl could have dislocated her arm like that.
Sorry about that.
Hey, Sayori, it's okay. Yeah, we're gonna find out one way or another. By the way, speaking of their plan, I still don't understand it. So, like I said, Monika is okay with them becoming public to the entire school before just opening up to the girls at first and then just slowly unraveling. Like, I don't know. It doesn't really make sense to me. Like, it would make more sense. Like, wouldn't it make more sense to, like, slowly tell the girls and then you'll be like, we can tell everyone else. We can do it, like, then you can just tell everyone else, like, later, slowly. Like, it just feels weird to, like, only specific, to just do it all at once. Like, you couldn't tell the girls. Like, it feels odd. It's like an odd way of handling it. I've not been the most secret about it today. I make a sly smile towards Monika, causing her to blush heavily.
You sound like we were making out in the corridor.
She makes a quiet giggle, the sort of giggle that makes you think that maybe that thought had crossed her mind.
Don't give him ideas.
The blush from Monika's cheek seemingly transfer over to mine.
Damn it, Sayori. Anyways, see you both later. See you later.
Later, Sayo. Oh my god, I can't believe it. The mod actually gave me slice of life. It actually gave me a conversation. Oh. Finally, I got an actual conversation. As soon as Sayori is inside, Monika and I make the extremely quick trip back to my place. Please, sir, can I have more slices? That pizza slice was great. Can I please have more? I'm starving.
I'm starving.
I want more. I release Monika's hand to fish my keys from my pocket.
I'll text you when I get home, Zero.
I turn to face her and see her playing with a loose strand of her hair. I smile as I step close to her, gently grabbing hold of her hands. There's something I want to ask first. Would you want to go out tomorrow? I know it's not much, but I was thinking of going into town.
Zero, remember what I told you on Monday?
I think for a bit. A lot happened on Monday, so a lot of my memories are slightly blurred. Try to focus, but Monika breaks that focus by squeezing my hands a little tighter.
The more time I get to spend time with you, the better. No matter where we go, as long as I'm with you, I'll be happy.
You could have just said yes, Monika.
Yeah, why did you say that like you had plans?
Why? No, like, why did they have to put all of it? You could have just said yes. What was the point of all of this? Remember what I told you on Monday? So you just wanted him to be like, let's go out tomorrow. It's still polite to ask. Especially considering how busy you always are.
Monika's like, how dare you ask me that?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like, you should probably still ask. So let's go after saying that, or it's cementing themselves in my head. Aside from Sayori, Monika's the first person to say that to me. Can't help but beam at her. I'm going to say something, only for Monika to outmaneuver. I was about to say, I was like, what is that? And I was like, oh, that's supposed to be outmaneuver. Like for Monika to outmaneuver me and plant a quick kiss on my cheek. She turns on my smile as I raise my hand to my cheek.
I'll text you when I'm home.
Monika hurriedly speaks for starting to make the trek back home. I stammer incoherently, completely flustered. So was that a yes?
I just like how by the end of that you were fucking done. So like your Monika voice kind of dipped out.
What do you mean? Oh, I'll text you. No, because she ran away. She was like, I'm texting when I was just fucking left.
I'll text you when I'm home.
Like, that's what she did.
Yeah, I know, but like your voice kind of like your voice like slightly dipped out.
It's also because
like,
I'm starving. As they stood outside until I could no longer see Monika. After that, I head inside and retreat back to my bedroom. Monika and I must have, you heard it, folks. Monika's into consensual non-consent. Like, yeah, that's where I was like, why didn't she just say yes? It just seemed so weird. Like, it would have made sense if it was like, if he was like, oh, I was thinking you should, it's like, oh, I was wondering if I should have asked you this or something. And then she was like, well, why didn't you ask me? And it's like, I don't know. I thought you would have I thought you wouldn't have not wanted to go. And then she'd be like, then you can say all that. Then that would make sense. But yeah, you know, if he said something along the lines of, I didn't think you would want to go, then it would work. But the fact that's like, he just asked her, like, do you want to go out tomorrow? It just felt unnecessary to randomly give that entire answer, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like, when he could have just said, yeah, I'd love to. Monika and I must have ended up texting for hours. Nothing new for either of us. Even if I can't hear her voice, she still manages to make me smile. If Natsuki was there, she'd probably tell me to get this stupid grin off my face. After we wish each other good night, I'd start to get ready for bed. For the first time in a while, it's an early night for me. Not that I'm complaining, though. It's like Monika said, the more time I get to spend with her, the better. I'm really looking forward to tomorrow. Sarah, have you ever texted with your girlfriend for hours? Yes, I think. Maybe. I don't know. Possibly. Have we texted
Yes.
for hours? Okay.
There have been times where like I'm away or something and we text each other.
Yeah.
I'll be right back.
So I think this is the final... day of it. I feel like I might have to wrap up the fucking... I might have to actually wrap up the stream at least here. So that means I might have to finish this mod in recording. It means recording 0 I might have to finish this mod. Ooh. Recording 0 finishing up this mod. That'd be interesting. But, yeah. So far, today the mod's still I don't know. There's still a lot of weird issues with it. I feel like I've already kind of said I don't know if there's any new issues that I haven't brought up yet. I mean, like I said, I want to see more. I guess I can elaborate a little bit more on my slice of the fucking like scenes I keep talking about. All right, like to give an example. So you guys remember Relapse, right? Like you remember Relapse, where you know fucking it's all about how MC gets sent back in time, and you know he wants to try to spend time with Sayori and everything. You remember that mod? And you remember how at the end, you know, MC is spoilers for Relapse, by the way. If you don't want to be spoiled by Relapse, you can clear off the video. Nothing interesting is happening left here. It's just me talking. So you can clear off the video if you don't want to be spoiled by Relapse. But yeah, Relapse spoilers. Mod ends with, you know, MC, you know, dying basically, you know. and, you know, very sad. Now, one of the main reasons why it's so upsetting, the reason why it's so sad, is because, you know, you remembered you got to see all the moments with Sayori and MC, you know, you got to see all their cute lovey moments. So, you know, that really impacted that scene. Hell, I don't even know why I had to bring up Relapse. Fucking even Exit music, at least the original. It's like, you know, you got to see MC and Natsuki's relationship. You got to see the things, you got to see their chemistry. You got to see them talking with one another, doing things with one another, so that when the inevitable Natsuki death happened, it was sad. You know, it was sadder. So it's like, with this mod, since it keeps skipping these scenes of MC and Monika actually, you know, spending time together, it's kind of hard for me to be fully invested in their relationship or even the story when I'm not seeing that. That's why I was like, I feel like this mod needs a little bit more, like, to show the... And then the worst part is these mods explain these scenes, but don't show them. They'll, like, say something like, yeah, me and Monika ate lunch on the rooftop, and we talked about this. And it's like, why not just have that as a scene? Like, it's not like we're going anywhere. Like, where is there to go? Like, I'd understand in a mod like Fruits skipping scenes like that, maybe, you know, because Fruits is mostly focused on action. I'd understand that. You know, if Fruits wants to skip some scenes like that, sure, whatever. Fruits is more focused on action than it is the social aspect. Whatever. There's really no social aspect really in Fruits. But in something like this, where the entire focus is like MC and Monika's relationship, you kind of have to have these scenes. Like, these are kind of important, you know? It just feels like they, like, without it, it feels empty. Like, it feels like they need to be there. Like, I don't know. It's like, obviously, of course, everything I say is just my opinion. If this is fine for other people, then by all means, go ahead, you know. Hell, the developer doesn't even have to take my fucking things into consideration. I honestly, they can just keep doing whatever the hell they want. Because like I said, a lot of people like this mod. So, you know, kudos to those people. The developer doesn't even have to listen to me. So there's a lot of people who still like Within. So, you know, whatever. Whatever, it is what it is. I'm just saying, that's the reason why, for me, it doesn't really fully work, because we keep getting shafted. In my opinion, I keep getting blue-balled. I keep thinking we're about to have a scene of Monika and MC hanging out, and then I don't get that. It gets skipped over. And the mod just explains about it as if like, oh man, you should have been there. And I'm just sitting here like, what the fuck? Yeah, so that's what it feels like. It feels like the mod's just sitting there like, oh man, you should have been there. Fucking Monika went to sleep on me, and I'm just like, man, sounds great. Wish I was.
Great.
But yeah, so I don't know. But yeah, I think this is the final day of the mod, so
Good.
we'll have to see what happens when I finally continue it. Like I said, I guess Recording Zero will have to finish that up, so that'll be interesting. I do also kind of want to finish it up as Recording Zero, so that maybe in Saturday we can actually start we can stream something else.
Oh, are you ending right now?
Yeah, we're ending right now.
Oh, okay.
Because that's the other thing. I don't want to start this day and then get halfway through or like push through it, so it's like I want to just make sure everything's fresh in the mind for that. So, yeah, that is it. I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you want to download this mod for yourself, the link will be in the description below. And yeah, this has been Zero. Peace.